And good afternoon, welcome back here to Waterworth Park, Tempe. For the grand final of the Men's Division 1, we have Bankstown Touch taking on the Parramatta Eels in what should be an enthralling contest between the two top teams for the whole season. And I'm joined here in commentary by touch footballing legend, royalty some would say, Jason Stanton. Jason, welcome.
Yeah, mate. Really excited to be here. I actually thought I was on TV, so I had a haircut and a shave. And then apparently I got a head good for radio, so be it, mate. This is really exciting. And I've actually had the pleasure of watching these boys throughout the year, Parramatta and Bankstown. And it's an outstanding standard, so really looking forward to this matchup.
Well, there's many good and high-level players here playing today. You've got Prasad and Hughes for Bankstown. You've got Osborne, Phillips and O'Connor for the Eels. And Bankstown will start here, and the ball's picked up by Hughes. Hughes and Prasad will be there working, and we've got the sweep play, and Hughes off the ground, and Selden's there. They had him absolutely on toast if they got that done properly. But nevertheless, as the Eels now will take it off their line, and Osborne will take it up near halfway, and Phillips will be next in line, their Premier League coach. And they come sweeping on here. The latch play will be used, and there's the 67 Rawali now, and Rawali working in. They pick the ball up, and there's Guerrero. Couldn't make the touch on Rawali here, and there's man on now, and the touch was made by Hughes, and some good scrambling defence there by Bankstown.
Yeah, great work there by Bankstown. Parramatta really got to get out of the blocks early today. Bankstown knocked them off a few weeks back, 7-4. Parramatta have started with a lot of energy, so they'll be looking to try and score first and see if they can put this Bankstown team under a bit of pressure.
As Moss kicks it there, and there's Colquhoun, and Colquhoun gets it there, and can't handle it. And Colquhoun with an MCL injury, and you'll see his left knee heavily taped there, but the strike dumpers and weapons for the Bankstown side, so he'll be pushing on there, and he pushes up in defence as Parramatta now, and Balance makes the touch, and they go through there, and there's Geddes with the ball. Geddes will play it for Osborne. Osborne will go left to right if he can, and Balance this play on. They're going to play advantage. Referee Selden, he throws it intercept, and referee Selden comes back for no advantage. And it's good to see referees try and apply advantage when they can, and Parramatta just using it. And I dare say they'll be looking for Osborne on this play, Jace.
Yeah, really good call there by Selden. If you can open up the game like this, it's going to be very entertaining here.
There's Rawali goes for the line, O'Connor, and there's Colquhoun, and he was no good coming into it, and it hasn't lasted long.
Yeah, that could be the knee again, Nathan, is it?
I dare say. He's got it heavily strapped, and as go long ball out, Geddes have got a hit, and there's a good touch by Moss. And Geddes with the ball. And they play it now. Geddes goes to Osborne. Osborne looks to throw long. The double pump, and Rawali. O'Connor shot up out of the line. A bit of experience there, and the double pump from Osborne, and try time Parramatta. They'll lead from the front today.
Yeah, the D there from Bankstown was quite interesting because they've started the game a little bit nervous, Nathan, and the link come rushing up there. Again, probably a bit of nerves, and Parramatta, who have started the game a lot more calmer, were able to take advantage of that and get the early lead.
And that's how it appears as O'Connor, the man there, that the first pump from Osborne, he shot up out of a cannon. They give the ball back, and here's Prasad, one of the best in the game at the statics as the crowd starts to build. He gives it out to Papadopoulos. They go that sweet play and they're cooked. See you later, Kieran Hughes. And if he's got him, that's a great touch. Josh Phillips with a great touch there. Hughes now with the ball. He looks to throw long. Throws it over to Papadopoulos, but referee Wake says forward. And Parramatta holding on, and that was a serious touch there from Phillips.
Yeah, very close there, Nathan. And Ryan Wake, great positioning there right on top of it.
And the shooter there from Bankstown, Lachlan Ford, couldn't grab that one. Good hands, the big fella Osborne, and they'll come sweeping on the field now. And there's Oscar Gray and Pritchard with Osborne. Osborne will go to the left to right, and Prasad's been made to defend. Hughes picks up. Osborne will look left to right. He'll go long and it miles in, but that's a good peel by Osborne. And the winger in no man's land. And Parramatta, as you said, Bankstown to start nervously. Parramatta lead 2-0.
Yeah, a little bit hesitant then again, Nathan, and Coach Matt Truman and Coach Prasad have really got to settle the boys down, get them into a bit of rhythm. Otherwise, Parramatta will really jump out even further if they don't get to, wrestle back.
Well, Bankstown undefeated coming into this one, and I think we're looking at the for and against before, 10-0, and for and against a plus 53. And Prasad here, that's where the homework would have been, and Prasad will get the link quickie, and he'll get it, looks for the dish back and dive, but there you go, Connor was off, but Pritchard was on, and the touch was made on the left shoulder, and all these little plays that usually work here. It's going to be interesting to see the patience that they have here with Prasad and Hughes. Now Hughes will pick it up and he'll throw long out the back, and a good touch there from the Parramatta winger, and O'Connor will make his way off the field, and we'll see Mason Guerrero come on as they go to the box, and Hussain makes it, and Pritchard looks for the dish, and Hussain makes a touch, and it's Rawali with the ball now. Truman makes it, and Geddes picks it up, and they give it off, and sorry, there's Geddes there. It was great, and the ball's picked up, and he steps and dances as play on. Is the call, and they dish back, and Geddes there is touch. It's a very good touch from Truman. They had about 18 options, Parramatta, and weren't able to get there as Papadopoulos takes the ball forward, and they go wide to Hughes and Ford and dish back. Good hands, and they go to Truman. Truman will go up this box side now, and Ford will pick it up for Moss, and they'll send the latch there, and there's Balance now. Balance looking for Khan. The ball's picked up by Khan. He steps him up. He's offside. We've got play on, play through, and Cameron Moss has got a try. Cameron Moss gets Bankstown on the board, and hopefully that will settle the nerves. The dump from Balance, the pick up and through by Khan, gives it off to Balance, and Bankstown hit back, Jace.
Yeah, probably the first time Bankstown's actually attacked on the back of a roll, and there was a nice little swing there where Parramatta should have scored. Bankstown somehow got himself out of it and actually went down and scored again. So this will now test Parramatta, see where they can settle and hit back.
And Parramatta will look to hit back. There'll be a big push for a stop there, and that was very smart by Kieran Hughes. They're getting the left leg. If you get a chance to watch that at home later on, he pushed up with that left leg, and there's you want to move the big fella Osborne around and make him work hard, and Guerrero will get the ball, and this is good momentum here. There's Moss. Moss is looking. He's looking for men, and there's Balance to Khan, and Khan gives it back, and we've got a penalty of some sort.
Could have been from the changes, Nathan.
So I'm going to say 7 on, given the fact that we've ended up halfway up the field. And how important is that, Jace, in the scheme of things, the substitution, making sure you get those things right? Yeah,
well, Bankstown just started to look good then with a couple of good sets of Parramatta's just turned it over, but Bankstown started to look pretty good then. So those momentum swings are really important in a final.
And you had the number 21 there from Parramatta just offload Buono. And I think he saw Bankstown going at him, dishing back, and he wanted to get a little bit fancy with it. And Osborne was less than suspecting, and Prasad on with Hughes, and with 6s and 7s here, it's Prasad. They want that play, and they go long, and this is a try, is it? Lachlan Ford will finish, and Bankstown hit back. The quarterback play, Prasad and Hughes. We saw it Friday night. We see it again. How effective is that? Bankstown leveled up at 2-2.
Yeah, great execution there by Prasad and Hughes, and that play works quite well because the defence is really focused on Prasad for the quickie, and when he releases back to Hughes, it's really difficult for the outside defenders of Parramatta. And
it comes on the back of that roll, as you mentioned before. Bankstown swung the momentum, as you said, the touch from Truman down here when they were at 6s and 7s, had about 3 defenders left. Truman makes a diving touch, and they survive, and there's Rawali. They pick up, and Guerrero chases hard and makes the touch, and that was Oscar Gray, and Guerrero picks it up. There looked to be a fumble at dummy half, maybe not, as Papadopoulos steps it up, gives it away to Moss. Moss to halfway, and Ford and Guerrero dishes off to Papadopoulos. Parramatta sending the 2 men there, which is effective on that drive, but they go now, and there's Prasad. He's going to dump. Is he Prasad? He dumps for Khan, and Khan dummies. He's through. They're over. Hughes. Bankstown just like that, grab the momentum, and they are riding this hard. 3-2 Bankstown, and Parramatta coaches over there, Ricky Hetherington, just pulling him in and just trying to carve the nerves of the Parramatta boys because it swung hard.
Yeah, if Bankstown go to, I know it's early days, Nathan, but if Bankstown, kick on with this, they'll think back to that touch from Truman because that definitely could have been 3-1 Para, and that swung the momentum back. Now they've got 3-2 Bankstown, and Prasad and Hughes outstanding. If Bankstown can set them the platform, they're going to have a field day.
And it comes from that roll, and there's Osborne looking at the back, and not a bad play. Osborne seems to be the attacker, but he's only on the left to right platform. So you've got Luke Osborne here at left link, and we've got time off. So we've got Rawali on the field, and Rawali trying to. So Nick Papadopoulos is one of the leading try scorers in the men's Division 1 competition, and I dare say most of those have been off a link quickie. Obviously, Bankstown with Bazoonis a couple of years ago at State Cup were all over that. And there's a strike by Moss, and I look for the phase, but they're too slow. Geddes will give it back, and you've got Black with the ball. They play it now, give it off, and they've got numbers there. Rawali, that was too smart. Parramatta, sharp play by the Eels, and they hit back, and we're 3-all.
Yeah, that was a soft one, Nathan. It was almost like Bankstown were waiting for the play back towards the middle or the right-hand side of the field. Ended up being a nice little short side, very good eyes-up play from Parramatta there. And that'll settle the game now. 3-all. We've got a game.
And as I was saying before, they were setting up for that link quickie, and I think they noticed the structure of the defence change, and Papadopoulos wanted to sit back and wait, and it wasn't going to help anyone at that stage. And so they come through, and they run the quick hands on that far side, and Rawali was sharp to the winger on that far side and get it back. And here we go, Prasad now. And Josh Phillips offside, ruled offside, and Rohit Prasad. Roy scores. He's an experienced campaigner, Jason. He's a key man for this Bankstown side.
Yeah, Roy's definitely a class above at this level. And like I said before, if Bankstown keeps setting him the platform, they're going to run away with this. Parramatta really got to find a way to contain Roy on those plays. Outstanding quickie there.
And when you get someone with the calibre of Kieran Hughes, a State of Origin men's 20s rep, and definitely didn't look out of place as they go to the ML platform and they go down in the big dummy, and you'll see there the far link compared to that first try. Nick Papadopoulos there just waiting on his heels there, so the double pump wouldn't work again for Osborne, but he's definitely looking for that because they're going to go that far play, and Pritchard picks it up for Osborne. They got the strike. Pritchard now looking to flick. He plays in the Ron Massey Cup for Wentworthville, Ryan Pritchard in the rugby league, so up and coming or budding young player out of the Wentworthville Magpies, formerly the Hills District Bulls. So Papadopoulos now takes it up to Moss. Moss with good hands. And I'll look for the tip back, no doubt, and there's Moss. He's got to just control himself here, and there's the play on. They're in the ruck, but they'll go down with Guerrera. Guerrera will give it to Hughes, and they're stopping it there. We've got touches. I think it's touch 3 only now, so they'll get a chance, and of course they'll send Prasad on. Here comes Balance here at link, and they've got Hughes and Prasad, shock horror, and Prasad will get the dump. He'll get it, he'll look, and he'll go long, and Tasbih Hussain scores for Bankstown, and that extends their lead to 5-3. Jace, the momentum of this game has swung twice, and Bankstown have just grabbed it more than Parramatta at the moment.
Yeah, there was outstanding sequencing there from the Bankstown attack. If you reflect back on the 3 tries, they ran the quarterback, which is going the opposite way of the quickie. Then Roy has run the direct quickie between the middles, and then that one was the opposite way to the short side. So great sequencing there off the quickie, 3 different plays.
And Rawali, he's quick, and there's no touch here, is there? Or touch, Lockie 4. They try to hit in on the link. They've hit in on the link there, and they've been able to save it. Bankstown, slider in defence, and the ball's picked up. He's going to go over the top. He pops it, and Selden says down in between Papadopoulos and Hussain, the try scorer. And just like that, we're back to 5-4.
Yeah, Parramatta are going to keep coming, Nath. I think there's been some great attack there from Geddes and Osborne and Black, and if they can find a way to control Roy or contain Roy somehow, Parramatta got every chance to win this. But at the moment, they've got to come up with an answer to Hughes and Prasad.
As they go on the attack, and you wouldn't believe it that Hughes and Prasad are on, and very similar to Osborne and Gray, as you mentioned, Jace, there. The strike, and that's where everything gets worked around, and they'll go forward here with Hughes, and they'll dance, and here they are looking for the strike dump, and he goes over the top, and it's a carbon copy, but Parramatta just, they've called 6 more here, so, and we've had a change of decision on, sometimes the call was 6 more, but anyway, there was a carbon copy, and the Parramatta defence reacted, and Bankstown now on the roll here, and Vawdon on the field. He's just opening up that 7. They'll look for the dish back, will they? No, they won't. Pritchard will give it off the ground, and there you've got Gray now going forward. Gray plays it now, and the ball's been picked up, and it's going to be a foot race, is it? And that's a shadow, the old shadowing rule. If ever I've seen it, Braden Wickman there, very clever. And 5-4 in this game, back and forth.
Yeah, again there, Nathan, good refereeing by Luke Vawdon to open it up.
There's Rawali, there's no way through there, the Bankstown brick wall. And you've got, Osborne's off the field, but we have Rawali, and they're going to go the link quickie, and they go the outball to Pritchard. Pritchard with good defence, and Prasad defending in an unusual position. And there you go, you've got Oscar Gray, and they'll go the sweep there. Gray picks it up, and they've got some space. He's got some space. It's a good touch. Sean Balance with a good touch, and Bankstown holding the lead 5-4. We're at 4.5 on the clock, and this is well and truly anyone's ball game.
Yeah, Parramatta just got to stick with them at the moment. And again, just reflecting back on that sequencing from Bankstown, they ran the quickie to the short side again. I probably would have liked to have seen him run a quarterback there, Nath, after they ran the 3 different options on the quickie. But Parramatta definitely made the adjustment and held him out.
You got Moss there, takes it for Guerrero. He'll dump the ball. He's the dumper, and Khan picks it up, and he's got some speed, and we've got to play through again. And Moss, it's carbon copy to their first try. It was almost exactly the same. The player called offside. Khan scoops through. Suaib Khan from Appen gets through, and they score, and Moss grabs his second, and Bankstown extended to 6-4, 3.5 on the clock.
Yeah, really, really good drive there from Bankstown. It's quite hard to defend that when they're running a lot of static stuff. Then all of a sudden they just come on a big drive like that with the dump scoop. So that was definitely something out of the ordinary. Very hard for Parramatta to contain.
And they're going to go to the platform with Osborne. They give back here. There's space there, big space. And Hussain gets in. They had a lot of space out there for the winger on that far side. So that platform's definitely on the... And they're going to go the other way with Osborne. They'll step back here. Osborne's going to go right to left, and he comes miles in forward. And the referees are happy with it. Osborne, we thought he was a one-trick pony, but he thought, I'll show you blokes. They must be listening over there in the sub-box. He's come in with the right to left. He runs the sweep play and steps back, and the Bankstown winger, Lockie Ford, no man's land. And Parramatta 6-5, we're tit for tat, and you've got to think the emphasis will have to be on defence at the half-time break.
Yeah, I think so. That was an outstanding play from Parramatta, and when you think back, Nathan, a few weeks ago, they only managed 4 tries against Bankstown in the whole game, and then they've turned up here on grand final day and put on 5. So very well prepared, this Parramatta outfit. And as we said earlier, if they can get this D right, and that's that quarterback we just spoke about.
Oh, Houdini, Jason Stanton, he called it. He said, I'd love to see him go back to it. And we are quite close to the Bankstown box, so no doubt they may have used the wisdom and experience of Jason Stanton there, and they run the quarterback play, and the ball caught, and Lachlan Ford gets the rewards in the corner. And 7-5-2 to go, and as I said, can you hear the call about defence here? And 7-5 at half-time would be a nice little lead, but Parramatta, as we know, Osborne's back on the field, and so is Gray and Pritchard. Rawali as well joins them. They go the front door play, and they've got some space. They've got to make a decision, and they just walk over Oscar Gray.
Really impressed with Luke Osborne. The different plays that he's running, the sweepers, that middle bump, or ML, some of the teams call it. He's really got good timing. Really impressed with Luke Osborne.
Well, that play there, they sent the sweeper, so Rawali come around the back, and then you had Osborne just slide in there for the Rooster/ML platform. And as you said, he got the ball, dished it off, and it just opened up, and they went straight through Oscar Gray. And I think Bankstown didn't compensate for that sweeper. And we're back at 7-6 here, a minute to go. This is a big minute for both sides here. Hughes goes and the strike play, and he's dropped it, but the referee calls touch. So that's also a big call. You've got Hughes and Prasad on, but Rohit trying to kill the play. He's not stupid. He picks it up, and Kieran will come, and he's fast, and he dummies inside, and they're going to kill it over here. And And that's exactly what they do, and they give the ball back. And Parramatta have 53 seconds. This will be their last opportunity before the break. That's a terrible play, the ball just quietly. And here we go, Bankstown on the flip side. Maybe Roy's regretting trying to hold up the play with 10 seconds there. But they're going to get 40. They'll get pretty much a full set here. The touch football sets are usually around about 30 seconds unless they're trying to kill the clock. But here they go, Prasad and Hughes looking to extend their lead. We've got one of the quickie kings, and Hughes there looks, and he goes long, he steps, and he goes through and goes under, but Josh Phillips and Laddie Levu there with the ball. They got 20 seconds, so still plenty of time. They probably get 2 touches, but we know it's going to be middle here. That's where we're at. Hughes and Prasad. And Parramatta, they're not in a hurry either, so we probably have one more dump here. Probably one more dump. And we're going to get the penalty, but that doesn't really help a team here when they deliberately walk forward, and that's the siren in the background you'll see. So they'll get one play.
Yeah, it's outstanding first half, Nathan, from both teams here. Plenty of tries.
I look to play, and Prasad playing with them, but they'll go to the break, and 7-6 Bankstown's been an entertaining first half, and no doubt we'll see plenty more of that in the second half. But for now, it's time for Oranges. We'll join you back in just a few moments. We're back here for the second half of the Men's Division 1, 7-6. Bankstown currently leading the minor premiers from Bankstown. Was holding a slight lead, but as you mentioned before, Jace, the 7-4, a little bit different. I think Osborne missed that game, and he's making a massive difference in this one.
Yeah, Parramatta's really done their homework, and they're really letting Osborne lead him around the field. And Bankstown got to be careful here, undefeated. They've got to be careful they don't look over their shoulder. Otherwise, Parramatta will take it off them.
As Phillips and Osborne's on the field with Phillips and Lati Levu with the ball. And Phillips are going to run that ML platform. They give back to Lati Levu. He's quick, he goes long, and that's a good pass to start. I don't know where he's been hiding, Lati Levu, but there he is, and we're back level, 7-all.
Yeah, very, very crisp play. Parra's really been executing their plays well, and a nice variety of team tries. And this is where Bankstown have got to really roll down the field and get some of those tries like they did with Khan. Because I don't know whether Roy and Hughes can just keep scoring if they keep leaking these tries against Parra.
Well, we heard the half-time chat, and there's Kieran. He's got Osborne here. He's down quick, but Phillips makes a touch. And that was tight. Referee in good position, but as we said, the big focus, we heard the half-time chat here. We're very close to the Bankstown box, and we heard it. And there's Hughes, and Phillips was offside, and intercept. And Selden, you see him running through referee, but Phillips was offside there, having an impact in the play, but Selden didn't think so. So here we are, and Parramatta now wrestling the momentum back, and Hughes leaves the ground and stops that momentum. We're 7-all, and we're locked up here on the stadium. Where else would you rather be? Sunday, the 6th of November, the Vawdon Cup Grand Finals, and here we are. Parramatta and Papadopoulos has stood up there by Gray. Gray goes through, he throws over the top, and O'Connor couldn't handle it. There's an opportunity there from O'Connor, and it wasn't to be, but the big focus, as I said before, at half-time was definitely the defence and the policies. And as we said, Jace, I think at half-time, but in our own little chat, that I think that's where the game's going to be won or lost. This could either be 14-13 or it's going to be 10-7, 10-8, 10-9, 10-all.
Yeah, very interesting, the ebbs and flows of this game. Bankstown's got to really got to play more of a rolling game. I don't know whether they can afford to play static for the next 20 minutes.
As Khan comes to the bench, and Gray gets a penalty there, and they need the discipline, Bankstown here, and we know how important time with the ball is. And there's Rawali to the box, and they'll go forward, and there's Pip O'Connor, Josh O'Connor. Played a fair bit of Premier League a few years ago, just settling back in Div 1 and just trying to teach these young blokes a few things as they go forward here. And the pass is there from Wickman, and there's Geddes, and Geddes gives it away. Geddes going to score. It's a good touch by Ryan O'Connor.
Yeah, Bankstown definitely favourites today, Nathan, and on paper they're a lot stronger team, but in these big games, if you get a little bit reactive, you're a little bit hesitant in D, things can really start to unravel. So Bankstown are going to have to settle again here and see if they can kick.
There's Prasad, he goes, and there's Khan. He's got him there, 6 or 7. The switch is coming. Not touched there, and that's going to be a penalty every day of the week. It's unnecessary from Papadopoulos. He doesn't need to hold the ball there. He turned it over. And there's a penalty against Parramatta, and another opportunity. There was Sheehan Gavul, the forward pass off the ruck, and how many minutes played by Jason, and Roy Prasad will take it forward here, and Kieran and Roy will look to work their magic, and Geddes now pushing up. He's trying to get that link up, and there's Prasad, and he's got Hughes there, and he goes for the big dive, and he's met there by Troy Black.
Yeah, Parramatta's held off the last four sequences of these two. I'd almost run a bump and run or a sweeper now. Something a little bit different to try and break it up.
They may even go the link quickie here, and here it comes now. No, he's going to dish back, and they're going to try and get him up. They'll try and get him. Papadopoulos, they go the sweeper now, and it's back, and good touch in there. It was Braden Wickman with the touch, and sharp play, and That was a quick set. That one from the tap.
Yeah, better option there from Bankstown running the sweeper. I'd run a few more, and if, just to sort of break it up, and then maybe come back to the statics in the last 5. I think that's what Bankstown need to be doing to get over the line. And Parramatta really got to try and get this next one, and really get Bankstown getting a bit nervous. So Parramatta going to try and step it up here, see if they can get the lead.
As I'll go forward, there's Phillips. As the ball's picked up by Osborne, he looks and gives, and they're going to trail on the inside. He gives it around, and Papadopoulos, he gets there, and there's Balance now to take the ball up, and he's met by Wickman, and Osborne gets up there, and they've gone away from that little dish on the drive here where they're making metres, but Parramatta also here getting caught in the ruck. So be interesting to see where this game goes for the next few minutes. And there's Khan now. He's got the quick feet. He picks it up. Osborne's offside, but they go through. But on that drive, Jason, when they come to the box in that first half, as they come from the other end, there was a lot of dishing and a lot of extra metres. And I think the Bankstown boys now starting just to look for the sub. It's warm. It's definitely hot. And they've got to want it and got to lift it, tuck it under the arm, I think, and look for those options, because they were absolutely killing when they score those 2 tries on the drive. We're from that recycle back in, but the ball's picked up by Wickman, and he throws it over the top, and O'Connor can't handle it.
Yeah, definitely you can feel the game getting in a bit of a balance now, and both teams are looking to get to the sub box a little bit earlier, I guess, than what they were in the first half. So this is Bankstown's 3rd touch here already.
And calling that winger off, got him up over halfway, and here comes Prasad. There's Ford, gives it away, and Prasad's going to go, and who's going? Hughes. Hughes will pick it up. This is dangerous. He's going to go Link, and he couldn't handle it. And Pips touched it. Yes, good honesty from Josh O'Connor. So 6 to go, and Josh O'Connor put his hand up there. He's a good man, Josh, and been around the game for a long time in Premier League and in Div 1, and good honesty from Pip. So Bankstown on the attack with Roy, and they're going to go Link quickie, I dare say, and no, they've run in a little bit of confusion there, which would be a good sign for Parramatta, and they dish it over, and there's Hughes.
Yeah, they're running that sweeper around the Link there, Nate, so they're probably looking to pump the sweeper and go back to the open side.
So there's Prasad, he gets it, the quarterback play, and knocked down by O'Connor. It's good body position from O'Connor.
Yeah, much better D from Parramatta here, Nathan.
And they'll go again here. There's still 12 and a half on the clock. There's miles of time, and he'll get the quickie there on O'Connor, and he dives at the line, and Selden says touch by O'Connor as the ball ends up behind the dead ball line. But as we mentioned, they would have been very aware of that. Ricky Hetherington and the crew, they'd be more than aware of the Link quickies from Nick. As I said, he scored. He's up there in the leading try scorers in Div 1, and no doubt that's all from the Link quickie. So Hughes will pick the ball up. They give it back, and here they go. Jason in the thing, but he's called offside, and he's absolutely miles. So that could almost be a professional foul in that situation. If he's deliberately offside by a mile and blocks the play, and here they are, holding strong here, Parramatta, and the ball away to Prasad from dummy half. And they get it there, and there's Hughes. He goes a quickie, dives, and he's in. Kieran Hughes is in. I think you could feel that coming. I think it was just building and building and building, and Bankstown 8-7. Kieran Hughes and Roy Prasad around there get it back. But the biggest thing now and the biggest question, Jace, is are they going to be able to stop Osborne and Parramatta?
Yeah, definitely, and just too much ball there for Bankstown. Parramatta, I think it was 6 again a couple of times in the penalty, and Bankstown's got too much quality from wing to wing. You know, if you give them enough ball, they're going to make you pay.
And could this be the big momentum changer? 11 and a half on the clock, and you've got Parramatta get the tap and a chance. And Parramatta have hit back most times off the tap, and they lose the ball. They're making Osborne defend, and they get the penalty as well, Bankstown. This momentum, that wheel is turning, and it's very warm here. We haven't seen conditions like this in a while, Jace.
Yeah, this is almost like a bit of a State Cup feel here. And don't be surprised if the big quarterback's coming up now, because Parra are going to over-squeeze here on Hughes.
And here we go short instead, and the phase was on, but probably a little bit close to the line that sometimes players, but there was a bit of maturity there from Papadopoulos, and they're off, and Yeah, Roy's probably not quick enough there, but they're going to miss the opportunity here on last unless they can come up with something. And they go there through, and Hughes and Prasad will make his way to the box, there's no doubt of that. So you'll see here, maybe on camera, you'll see Truman come into the backfield, but you can hear them yelling out, not giving him meters, and that was almost a drop ball from Osborne. But Parramatta, there's Rawali. He was dangerous in the first half, and here they go through. There's Wickman, and there's Phillips now. He's dropping Laddie Levu. He was asleep for the first 15 minutes, but he come good just after half-time. And Phillips there to Laddie Levu. Good hands. They've got a 2-on-1. There's got to be a decision made here, and Ford just stood there. He stood there like a bottle of soft drink, and they got on the outside of him, and he needed to make a call. He either needed to shut and let Papadopoulos come around the outside, or he needed to hold and just go to the winger. But too easy there from O'Connor. His experience showed, and a try time to Ryan Bueno.
Yeah, really impressed with Josh Phillips there, running at the offside player, using some late footwork. I'd like to see more of that from the Parramatta side. Bankstown definitely don't like, well, maybe not like's the wrong word, but they don't handle it that well.
And Balance picks it up, he throws long, and Bueno, he's in the action. Ryan Bueno, he's got their balance there with the pass. It just didn't have enough mayo on it, and falls short. And Bueno now, and Parramatta, we spoke about, I was just about to say they're starting to wrestle back that momentum, and they've got it. And they come up with that. Laddie Levu just couldn't handle it. And the game, 8.5, or just under 9 on the clock. And Kieran Hughes gets on. And they go Prasad. He goes back to quarterback play, throws it over the top. Hussain looking, and Balance was on the inside. That's not bad from Bankstown. And they're going to send Papadopoulos here, and I dare say there may be a link quickie eventually, or the sweeper play, but no, not enough time. Prasad picks it up. He gives it to Hughes. Balance, they've got the overlap. Balance, Osborne outstretched, and there's a try. Sean Balance scores for Bankstown.
Yeah, Parramatta, it's really weird watching it, because every time they're about to take a stranglehold on this grand final, there's those drop balls or the errors around midfield, and every time they've made the mistake, Bankstown have made them pay.
And as I said, they were going to that box, and they scored the try, they got it back, and they were just starting to wrestle it, and all, probably a little bit of inexperience from Laddie Levu, and here they go back on the attack. The ball's picked up, and Wickman stands him up. Oh, Moss with the intercept and attempt, couldn't handle it. And here comes Osborne, and he's had a breather after the big dive. It's a bit dusty out there. You'll see the uniforms. They're starting to hold a bit of the dirt, but here they go through, and there's the ball back to Geddes, and he dives, and it's a good touch. You've got Truman and Guerrero there, and he may be a little bit injured, Geddes, and you got Black out there with him, and Black's been dangerous, and there's Geddes. They're going to go the sweep, and good push from Guerrero, and they stand him up. He goes long. He's offside. It's a good touch, Guerrero. I thought he was off, but it's a good diving touch on the back on the inside. Big couple of touches here, 9-8. Osborne on, they've got Laddie Levu on, and they go back the quickie for Osborne. Do they go to stand up, and he comes in, and he's run off the field, Laddie Levu. I'm not sure what's happened there.
Yeah, I think they got the numbers wrong, and the winger's actually going to sub off, so lost opportunity there for Parramatta.
This is going to go down. This is going to go down to the wire, and there's going to be a war of attrition here. You can see the Parramatta box here, even the Bankstown box, hands on knees. There's a little bit of fatigue coming in. There's that dish back that we asked for earlier there from the Bankstown boys, and smart from Moss as Guerrero goes through. And here they come sweeping on, and O'Connor there too for Ford, and Suhaib Khan now with the ball, and they're going to drop for Hughes. No, they're not. They're going to go back and dish back again, and there's a quickie. There's Khan, picks it up, and Troy Black's there, and he's through the in-goal. Can they get off him? And Ryan, that's a try. Oh, no, the touch called. Ryan O'Connor. Thought there was a try there. That was a big call in this game. But Parramatta survive, and Hughes diving and giving everything, Hughes. And they come back and to the box, and Hughes again, good double touch on that box. And they're heading forward, and there's Hughes to take the touch, and there's Rawali on with Phillips. Phillips is sharp, but they're going to go for Phillips, and the dump is Truman. Picked up Rawali on the inside. He's got speed. He throws it long, and Parramatta are so good when they're on the run. When they run like that, they're very hard to stop. Bankstown don't seem to be able to handle that momentum. And the ball from Rawali over the top, and Ryan Bueno has another.
Yeah, that's that hesitation there, Nathan, where the Bankstown defensive line looks a little bit quiet when Bankstown are running and ends up being a little bit reactive. And we don't have the luxury of a replay, but if you got it back at home, I think both the Parramatta last attempt and the Bankstown last attempt were both tries. But, you know, referees are in great position and they've got most of the 50-50s right today.
Yep, certainly have. And Prasad now with the ball. We're at 9-all, and we knew it was going to go down the wire. We didn't know how far, but here we are with it. And there's Prasad, and he wants the quickie, and there's space there, but Parramatta defence is there. And last, that seemed like a quick set as well. I'd be going partially insane, but it's hot out here, so I might put it down to that. And Papadopoulos takes a touch here for Osborne. And they want to defend it here, and there's Geddes with the ball, and he'll take it up. He's met by balance, and Phillips picks it up and gives it away. And they go through O'Connor up near the line, and Hussain makes it. And big Osborne, he'll take it up near halfway. And here comes the momentum, and here's Rawali. And they got Gray at dummy half, and Rawali picks it up. He wanted the ball back, but he gives it back, and there's Gray, and picked it up, and Balance is there, and he's called him offside, and there's going to be a penalty for Shaw here.
Yeah, so that's consistent with how the game's been refereed. But we're inside the last 4 minutes, so if Parramatta can, Osborne's come on back on now. If Parramatta can get one here, it's going to make for a really red-hot last 3 minutes.
And they'll go the quarterback play back, but Pritchard's just going to make a sub off here for Laddie Levu, and as we saw before, he's a nice little left-to-right pass on him, Laddie Levu, and Osborne's wanting to work with him, and they're going to go the roundabout play, and there's Gray. And we've got a penalty here for something. I'm not quite sure what. Forward pass off the ruck, and Balance will tap it. And the game in the balance, and you don't really want Hughes to be the one trucking it out. You want him to get off and have a breather as quick as he can. There's Prasad, and Prasad will go up to the wing, and you've got Ruffle on this side, and there's Gray and O'Connor there. That's a good drive from O'Connor. Here's a chance for him now. Who's going to strike? And they just roll Parramatta. Bit of a change of tactic.
Mate, I'll be dropping for Khan here with 2 minutes to go.
And he does that, Guerrero. He picks it up for Khan, and they go the short play. But Parramatta rushing out here. 2 minutes 52 on the clock. And
yeah, great D there from O'Connor. There's
Guerrero, and Parramatta holding on here. This game has had everything. And there's Lati Levu now, and Parramatta now. This is where the good players want the ball in their hands. And there's Wickman. Guerrero's offside, but sorry, it's Black, and that's ball down. And referee Saldon says touch. But this is last, so they've got nothing here planned, so they go the link play. And 2:20 on the clock. I think everyone will be just taking a deep breath here. Even in the grandstand. Only a few empty seats. Tickets are sold. They're in the bleachers here at Waterworth Park, and this is why they come here. They've missed the Vawdon Cup, and that's a penalty every day of the week.
Yeah.
Twice on a Sunday.
And we're inside the last 2 minutes, so if it's not the Khan scoop, you'd expect Prasad and Hughes to come on here and to get a couple cracks at Parramatta to try and take this grand final at the depth.
Well, they need to get up there. That's the first thing. So you're at first touch, you're at halfway. Dishes back to Papadopoulos. Gives it away to Ford, and he's just going to keep giving it to him. And, yep, here we go. And Hughes in there. 1:40 on the clock, and Kieran tries to stop and dance and weave. And there's Prasad, and he's looking to go there. And are they going to go the link quickie? They are. Here's the ball there. He's gone. And referee Wake, they're saying forward pass. And I had to go in behind the defence, Jason. I'm not sure about that one from Saldern.
I'm not sure on that call, but the Parramatta were definitely on the rack there. So they've really dodged a bullet there, Parramatta.
And there's Black now taking the ball forward, and this is we're well and truly in the championship sets here as they go to the box through Black, and Prasad misses, and he throws it over the top, Black, and takes it to the box, and we're at touch 3. Laddie Levu, this is where you want the youngsters in with the speed, and here come the troops of Phillips. And Saldon says no, ball down. And they've got 52 on the clock, so they're going to have a set, and Laddie Levu, as you do after you get a ball down call go against you, he tries to whack it out as well. Can sometimes work, and there's Prasad. Just had a bit of a look.
So Parramatta can steal this. Parramatta can steal this if they can get a good scoop on the back of a drive.
And the Bankstown defence is still all over the shop, and they're just getting set now, 30 on the clock as they go forward. And there's O'Connor, gives it away to Laddie Levu, and he steps in, he dances, and they're not there, and Hughes tries to knock that as far as he can.
20 seconds.
And they go through, and we've got Laddie Levu plays the ball, and we've got, there's Rawali. They're going to, the Mexican standoff's well and truly on, and they're there and balance, and he's given it. He's going to give it here.
That's the game.
And Parramatta have done it. Parramatta have stolen it here. Luke Osborne. Sorry for the silence, but Luke Osborne, for a big fella, he got down low, and that's outstanding play, and massive congratulations to Parramatta. It was a game that went to and fro, and as we said, it was either going to be 14-13 or 10-8-9, and Parramatta have stolen it. Jace, how do you surmise that one?
Yeah, I think you called that early there, Nathan. I think you said it was going to be 10-9. Outstanding from Parramatta. Very big upset here in the Velodrome. I thought it maybe a touch unlucky for Bankstown there. The last 2 or 3 dives at the line went, with the benefit with the toucher. But on that last one, Kustek was pretty confident it was down first. And Parramatta have scored with just a couple seconds on the clock in an absolute amazing game of footy.
Well, the good thing for all the viewers at home is it can only get better from there. So Parramatta taking out the men's Division 1, 10 tries to 9. We'll have a short break and we'll be back with you with the Women's Premier League.